I had a guy that was supposed to come along. All right, you know what? Screw him. We've got everybody we need.
Well, British Ninja's online, so...
Oh, he is? Fantastic. Yeah. Let me chuck him into the call. You know what? On second thought, I won't say you're off the hook, Solar. I usually do 3 people in case I get tongue-tied or I have a stroke or something, so my co-hosts could fill in. Not that my last second people are rotten hell British Ninja.
Just consider us as the B team.
This is the first time I get to test drive my new mic.
Well, what's the mic?
Yeah. It's a Blue Yeti.
Oh, fantastic. That's what I'm using. I have no idea why mine is making me sound distant, but whatever.
So that was a strange design quirk on their part.
Oh, wonderful. Everyone's here. All right, I'm going to do this.
Oh my god, that is an adorable OC.
Yes, it is. This is FNGR welcoming you to LImbo Podcast, where the host has pulled his sorry ass out of bed today. Joined by the following co-hosts: Solar Flare.
Hoorah!
Yep, he's a Marine. This is joined by Keychi. Yep.
Hello.
We're gonna get through this today, and all the way from where do you reside in? Tumblr, Asher? I don't. All the way from Tumblr, Asher.
Hello.
This week's King of Limbo, Supersonic Sparkle.
Hey.
It's Subsonic.
Yes.
Subsonic Sparkle.
I didn't know how to...
It's gonna be a real
limbo.
or whatever.
No, I'm keeping it. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Yeah, sure.
Do it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Do it live.
That'd make like 2 or 3 freaking people. Like if I just put out this one next, that would aggravate the god ever loving hell out of so many people because I've got a waiting list. So in the UK, that's where you're from, right?
Yeah.
In the UK, how available is anime, or is it just strictly an online medium?
Well, the Blu-ray market's getting better now, and the online sites kind of suck. Like Crunchyroll in the UK, if you think it sucks in the US, is way worse in the UK. Like the ads are crazy, they don't have that many shows, and licensing takes a long time, but it's getting better. Like Blu-rays aren't that expensive, because I'm obsessed with buying Blu-rays, so if they don't get released here, I can just import them anyway, so I kind of have. There'll never be anime on TV, though. I'm certain of that.
That was my next question.
That's not gonna happen. I don't know how it works in the US. I know that Funimation has a channel, but...
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, they
Funimation
do.
They simulcast all their dubs on there.
Being late, do you need a co-host? Yeah, sure.
How many co-hosts is enough?
That's fine. It's all right.
Oh, British.
Just
there
in
you
case
go.
Solar Flare has something, he could stay. I don't care.
Hello. Sorry for being so late.
Yes, indeed. You're doing this to one of your own countrymen. This gentleman is all the way from the UK.
Yeah,
What part? British
Why?
Ninja here's a Brummie.
Yes.
Oh, it's British Ninja. We've spoken before.
Yeah, it was on the Asher podcast.
We're all getting back together.
Yeah, but when Anthony said, "Oh, hey, this guy's coming on King Limbo," I was like, "Oh, hey, I met him before. Yeah, I'd like to be there."
Reuniting the dream team here.
Indeed. Well, this is a brand new question. If you could steal one person's talent, who would it be and why?
Anyone's editing, I'd steal Game Theory's editing ability. I don't know if he's just really naturally talented at editing, or if he just puts a lot of time into it, or maybe he hires somebody. But anyone's editing ability. Best guy ever is really good at editing, so I'd steal that.
Yeah, I never thought about anybody who focused on editing.
Yeah, editing that's the easiest way to just get on someone's good side if you have a good presentation. And I'm decent at it, but the first video I ever put out, the Death Parade video, that was the very first time I ever opened Sony Vegas, and it shows, because it's just a joke as far as the editing goes, and it's just been like a slow increase on all the videos since then. So it's at a decent level right now.
Yeah, I've seen your work. There was nothing atrocious, especially coming from the fandom that I do. I was like, oh, Jesus, if he were doing pony videos, he'd have like 1,000 subs by now, bare minimal. This must be a nightmare to grow in, the anime field.
I have a quick question.
Continue.
I assume you've seen Puella Magico Magica? Is that how it's said?
I sure have. I put out like a glowing review of it back in September.
Did you? I was just wondering, how did you react to certain scene where a certain character got, I guess you can call it decapitated?
Spoilers.
Oh, mommy? Alright, spoilers for Medical Magic.
Did you know it was coming?
Yeah, I loved it because I really loved Mommy. No, I didn't. No, I knew it was going to be a kind of dark show, but I didn't know anything about the show. I just knew it was like a deceptive sort of subversive show. So I really liked Mommy up to that point. So the fact that she died, and it invalidated everything she did before that. So when you rewatch the show, it just recontextualizes her as a character to know that she didn't actually know what she was doing and that she was really just an idiot that didn't had to work out for her. So that was a great scene.
I think I saw a body pillow of that character, and one of them is the normal body pillow version, and then on the other side it is the decapitated version.
Yeah,
I was just going to ask if that was missing.
It's so morbid.
British Ninja,
I
are you
don't
a
wanna see
connoisseur
mommy
of that
decapitated.
topic? I was just curious why you chose to bring that up there. I'm not editing that out. That's staying in. That's your idiot tax for the evening.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's getting timestamped, baby.
Oh no, I'm a connoisseur of the more fucking creative body pillows. Like I saw another one of just this really fat fedora wearing milady type, neck bearded, you know,
I would actually watch.
stereotype. It was hilarious.
If you reviewed body pillows, I would watch that video. If you were like
So,
busted out a monocle and a top hat, like this is the British Ninja today, and we're reviewing my top 10 favorite body
I
pillows.
feel like
that
body
you could
pillows
order.
could be good because the art is sometimes really good, but then at the same time, it's a body pillow. So I don't really want to touch it.
I'm not embarrassed to admit I have a Kuro Shitsuji body pillow.
I think
Okay.
the one that's yeah.
I'm not embarrassed. I'm very proud of it.
Well,
Moving on from-
Supersonic, this is the first time that we've talked extensively about body pillows.
Yep.
I don't
Something
have
I think
any.
about very often.
Yeah.
I once saw this Kirito body pillow, which is like a full nude, and I just like never again.
I have to say,
So-
mine is not nude. Just putting that out there.
Well, let's move on to something more generic here. What animes impressed you the most this season?
This season,
Yes.
like this winter 2016,
Oh,
Nothing.
no, I guess, yeah, before
Before- pretty
Last
much nothing.
season.
full, my mistake.
Too many
Oh,
Right.
last season, One Punch Man was obviously excellent. One Punch Man was great. I loved it. Loved it all the way through. It got better than I thought it would. I was kind of impressed by Is the Order a Rabbit, which is just a slice of life show, because I didn't really care that much about the first season, and then I realized I was really looking forward to every new episode, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, the full season really wasn't much to speak of.
What's your pet peeve with anime? Like, what's the one thing that you see in an anime from time to time and you go, oh, we're doing this again?
Stupid rom-com fluff. In my latest video, I just cut a giant promo on rom-coms. Rom-com cliches in particular. Like, rom-coms can be good, but in anime, they're just so watered down with so many of the same stuff.
Like the girl falls in love
It
with the
just, like,
first guy
hampers the
she has a
experience.
problem with.
Yeah, and then you can see these arcs happening from a mile away, then the relationship doesn't go anywhere, and then like 5 go off the same guy and he doesn't notice, and all this foolishness.
Then there's the one nice guy who she might go with, but we know she's not going to go with that guy.
So what would you do then if you were creating an anime? What would you sort
Truth is, no one's gonna get with anyone.
That's true. Very rarely do
Well,
the
there's
What was the question?
Oh, I was just saying, like, if you were to almost write, how would you write your rom-com? Would you make it, like, completely off the wall, like, completely against sort of general stuff, if you were writing a rom-com anime?
If I was writing my own rom-com, I'd that's an interesting question. I'd definitely make it something completely different from what anyone else has done. Because romantic comedy is just like my complete least favorite, one of my least favorite genres. So it'll be really difficult for me to write a romantic comedy. It'll be one that no one's happy with but me. But the romantic comedies I like the most are Monogatari was great because it was actually about a relationship. So it's actually a real romance show and not just a romantic show. Kare Kano had some really great character dynamics. I write a romantic comedy with an emphasis on character dynamics and not just cute moments. Pretty much.
Does Fully Cooley count as a romantic comedy?
Yes.
That's an
What?
interesting.
Are you sure?
Does it?
Kinda.
I'd say it's an all-encompassing coming of age story. So all of the things that you that come under that bracket of coming of age, that's what can be found in Fully Cooley, and yet there is room for romance, but it's more just strictly coming of age.
Yeah, it's basically the
If that's
story.
even a genre.
It's a story of puberty, basically. I remember when I
it's
first watched
it's a
it.
story
I was-
about puberty. That's the genre.
Yeah, when I watched it, I was like, "Oh, what the hell?" And I turned it off. My friend's like, "Oh, you don't get that all the sexual innuendo going on." And I looked back. Oh, I see it now.
Please,
Is there any anime that you would just flat out refuse? Like, if someone really bugged you, hey, you gotta watch this, you gotta review this, and you said, no, I am not doing that anime.
If it was something that was like so blatantly bad that there's nothing interesting to say about it, like maybe I want to say Asterisk War, but then Digi's doing a pretty great analysis for Asterisk War. Like so by the books bad and unwatchable, and not in a funny, interesting way, not in a way that leads to a good analysis, just something that hurts to watch.
Was there anything that you had
So
recommended?
I can't think of an example because I don't watch too many shows. Like
Was there anything along those lines that you looked at, like at a glance, and thought that, but your opinion changed?
There was this one show called Maji Moji Rumo, which is about like a little witch, and I saw the poster and it looked really cool, so I watched it, and it was one of the worst anime I've ever seen. By far, one of the worst anime I've ever seen. If I finished that show, it would probably be the very worst anime I ever saw. But I only watched like 2 episodes.
So if you ever felt like just screaming into your mic, that'd be what you would go with. Because like, I've lost all faith
Yeah,
in
pretty
humanity. I'm hanging up my otaku card.
Like, that was just tepid, complete rancid garbage. There was not even the slightest bit of like, of anything to save it.
Have you been watching any of the more recent reboots of anime, like the Dragon Ball Z Super or Sailor Moon or Lupin the Third?
I didn't know Lupin got a reboot.
It did. It's I think it's about 12 episodes in.
The only Lupin I've seen is the woman named Fujikomine. So I've seen like the first 2 episodes of Dragon Ball Super, and I do plan on watching it whenever the dub comes out because I don't want to watch old women voice the characters. And what else is there?
Well,
yeah,
honestly, with Dragon Ball Super, if you watch the 2 Dragon Ball Z movies, you're caught up in Dragon Ball Super right now.
Yeah. I watched Resurrection F and I really liked it. So I don't know why I want to watch a stretched out, horribly paced, badly produced version. So Super's messed up a lot, and Sailor Moon Crystal messed up even more because it's like really weird adaptation, really messed up animation. The production problems are like rampant throughout. I hate the character designs in Crystal. Like the original show wasn't so long that I couldn't just watch that. Like why watch Crystal?
So judging by your reaction to DBZ, I take it you're more of a fan of the abridged than maybe the show proper.
The abridged is fun when I'm watching it with friends, but I do like Dragon Ball. It can be a good time, especially Resurrection F, which I saw like in cinemas. Like that was crazy. I love that a lot.
Comparing the two, which one?
Just an hour and a half of Goku.
Comparing the two, which one do you like more, Resurrection of Frieza or Battle of the Gods?
I didn't see Battle of Gods, so I think I saw like a few scenes of it and I forgot all about it. But I'm pretty sure Resurrection F is gonna be my favorite.
Beerus is my favorite Dragon Ball Z character right now.
Beerus doesn't make any sense. Beerus is one of those characters they just don't want to give any explanation to, and he was the only thing I didn't like about Resurrection F. The way they did that silly, ridiculous rewind time ending.
Yeah, that was a cop-out ending. I will admit that. It seems like they wrote themselves into a corner.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Dragon Ball Z characters die every, like, fight scene. Every few fights.
Yeah, exactly. How he blew up the Earth. And like, oh, redo.
Yeah, it's always been a common theme where it was just kind of hit the, okay, Dragon Balls button, you're alive now.
But you know the only one who's never died? Hercule.
Ironically.
He's never died.
That's what's always going to keep me at arm's length with the Dragon Ball franchise. How contrived it can be. Like Akira Toriyama doesn't learn his lesson. He really doesn't. But he'll blow up whole cities, then he'll just wish it back with the dragon, and it just destroys any sense of stakes or tension in the fight scenes or whatever.
I mean, I feel like that was the whole show's MO. That's the way it's been since the beginning. They fight, they get messed up, and they die, and they get wished back. That's kind of the whole show.
Yeah, it's it's kind of like I'd sit there and say when you look at something
with Beerus, there's not even like any limitations. Like we don't know what he's capable of. He can do anything pretty much. Kind of like One Punch Man, but not funny.
Well, if you watched Battle of the Gods, I think you might change your mind on Beerus.
Yeah, I think he does get a lot more screen time in Battle of the Gods.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take your word for it then.
Yeah.
I'll read between
it's like a $5 for the Blu-ray, so I don't have much to lose.
Yeah.
Well, when you get around to it.
All right, calm down there, Blacklight.
Yeah.
Let's see. What was your best year for anime that you've watched so far, if you could pick one off the top of your head?
Well, I've been watching anime since like 2013, so I guess 2013 or 2014, because that was when I watched the most stuff.
All right, well, we're going to make you an old man one day. You'll be able to look back, back in my day.
Kind of stepping off that, what anime would you recommend to newcomers? Like people who have seen, I don't know, the latest Dragon Ball Super and have seen Dragon Ball, or at least heard of it before, and say, hey, I want to watch these kind of shows. What would you recommend to those people?
Anything from Shonen Jump?
I'd recommend everything by Shinichiro Watanabe, because those are shows that appeal to everybody. And so all Bebop, Champloo, Space Dandy, Kids on the Slope, and then I'd recommend every Hiroyuki Maishi show, because those appeal to everybody. Like, I don't think there's a single person on the planet that doesn't love Gurren Lagann, so I'd recommend that. And for Slice of Life 101, probably something like Azumanga Daioh, or Aria, maybe? Yeah, Aria works. There's all sorts of shows that you could recommend for, like, newcomers. Just something that's, like, a low admittance fee, not super trenched in otaku culture. Just, like those are the shows that you see on most lists for, like, top 10 anime for getting in start to get into it, like Death Note and stuff.
Oh, what did you like about Death Note?
Though I wouldn't personally recommend Death Note.
I was just about to say, oh, we're going to get along famously. Oh, Death Note sucks. I'm like, oh,
You set me up.
I'm going to
You can knock
sheathe
him
my
down.
tongue at this argument.
No, it's perfectly fine here. Do you have any favorite books or authors?
Favorite directors?
No, that works fine.
So yeah,
Don't feel bad. Most people in our community.
yeah,
don't
Shinichiro
read books.
Watanabe for sure. He's the very best. Hiroyuki Meishi probably second. I guess Miyazaki and Hideaki Anno.
Miyazaki is like the top director for any otaku.
Yeah,
He's like the Stan Lee.
right.
of
He's like the
anime.
Walt Disney.
That's true.
That's still alive. So he's awesome.
That reminds me, how old is Akira Toriyama?
He can
Is
he
it
can be
good
mean.
question?
He can be mean to otaku, but he has good intentions.
May I ask a question?
I'm doing this
Go on.
because I love you.
Akira Toriyama is 60 years old.
That's not that old.
So, what did you want to ask, Asher?
What is your personal favorite show of the season?
We did that.
Oh,
Wait,
This
I
current
was-
season? No,
Yeah,
wait, I haven't answered this current season. I'm gonna say something Rakugo, or it's called something Rakugo. Let me try and find the name here. So it's a show about a guy who like gets out of prison and starts studying by this one man comedian, so he can that's what he wants to do with his life. So there's only one episode of every show out, so this one looks the most promising.
Yeah.
Also, the new Way One Pictures show wasn't bad, surprisingly.
Are there any anime series
So-
that you are looking forward to?
This season's a lot better than Fall, I'll say.
Pardon?
Keep it up coming in the summer or maybe even April, and that's by far the thing I'm looking forward to the most. If One Punch Man season 2 becomes a thing, then that too.
Is he glitching for anybody else?
He is
Yeah.
Kind of glitching for me,
I can
unfortunately.
barely hear him.
Yeah, that didn't come through right, man. Once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hang on. Yeah.
Is it good now?
It's
Uh,
A
yeah,
little better.
it's a little better.
yeah,
Yeah, so Hibike Euphonium, that's the show I'm looking forward
so much better.
to.
Okay.
Are there any American shows that you're keen on?
And One Punch Man season 2, if that becomes a thing.
Okay, well, no, it's back.
One Punch Man season 2. if that's possible.
You were good for a total of 5 seconds.
It's
and,
breaking again?
Yeah,
A little.
Hello.
There
Not
we
sure
go.
if it's the connection or.
I don't know what it is.
I
Yeah,
can
that
hear
was
the
the
rest
question.
of you guys just fine.
The
Oh, yeah.
question Anthony asked was pretty much the one I was gonna
Well-
ask.
Well, no, you could still ask it. It's fine.
Well, I don't think it's the same question per se, but like, how exactly do you define anime? Because some people, they consider like anime
How do I
only
do
to be,
what?
like, how do you define anime? Because
Yeah, we can hear you.
some people only like define anime as stuff that's strictly made in Japan, while others, like, they take an American show that has like an anime vibe to it, like say fucking Megas XLR, which was basically a parody version of Girl in Lagann. They a lot of people categorize it as animated, but it's made in America, so like real hardcore otakus, they're just like, no, it's not anime because it's not Japanese. How do you define that exactly?
I think all the delineations are completely arbitrary because really, anime is that was just how they called it. That's just what they called it because they didn't want to say animation. Like the Japanese language, but they always shorten English words. That's just what they do. So every definition you could give anime is just self-imposed. But personally, I'd just say something animated in Japan. So stuff like Teen Titans and the Boondocks, that's not anime, and Panty and Stocking is anime. And then there's sometimes American shows that'll get directed by Japanese people, and I think animated in Japan. Like one Adventure Time episode was directed by Masaki Yuasa, and I'm wondering if that's anime because I think that was done in a Japanese studio. It's again, there's no difference. There's not all that much difference between the way cartoons are produced and the way anime is produced. It's kind of just a cultural difference.
Yeah,
So
I
you-
always thought it was a style.
I'm the same. For example, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Even though that is an American cartoon, I would still count it as an anime,
Yeah,
even
same
though
here.
even if it is an American
all
cartoon.
right. This is one of those questions that'll go round and round and never go anywhere. So let's move on.
Yeah,
Asher,
there's no
you,
one-
Baby,
to
right
this.
round, baby, right round.
Asher, you were going to ask something, or did I give you that already?
Oh, you gave it to me
Oh,
already.
my mistake. Again, are there any American shows that you're keen on right now? That's a no.
Right now, currently airing, the best shows on are Rick and Morty,
Hmm.
Steven Universe. I've been watching a lot of Impractical Jokers recently. I really love that show.
That's a
That show was
surprise.
surprisingly good. Yeah, I didn't expect to like it because I hate like pranks on YouTube, but then I just saw it on TV and I loved it.
That's
It's
a,
because they're not just
Review
like,
with
it's a
Forrest
prank,
McNeil is
bro.
great.
Well, you showed up
Just a prank, bro.
anime prank gone
Yeah,
sexual,
they
gone wrong.
they have like a chemistry gone in the hood
Yeah.
social experiment.
Oh god, I hate those videos.
we'll tell you.
Yes, so that show is great because they have like a real chemistry. So they feel like characters on a show, but then they're not, so it's like even cooler. And Review with Forrest McNeil is a great comedy that nobody's watching.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Or at least nobody I know.
I'm watching it.
Yeah, it's just and how it has a very similar like sense of humor to something like Rick and Morty, but it has nobody's giving it any attention. So that's a great show. Everybody should go watch it.
This is one I usually ask my guests, but I have to change the country here. What makes the UK great?
Well, it's
UK
called Great Britain, I'll have you know.
All right, fine. What makes England, UK, Great Britain, whatever?
We have more seasons.
You completely glitched out
right
there.
here.
There are so
Skype
many
seems to be
reasons that
protesting.
Yeah, the
There are
Queen
so many
edited
good
you. I didn't hear
reasons.
any of that.
I didn't say anything before. All I said was Lucas A. There's not much to make the UK great.
That's the American
What
response
sucks.
whenever I ask America what makes America great. I've actually had one of my co-hosts going, "Dude, I will punch you." I'm like, "What? When did this go so bad?" What's your favorite YouTube channel?
Favorite YouTube channel? That changes between moods because I've been watching a lot of Filthy Frank and I'm watching a lot of Jesse Wood like I usually do.
What's your favorite Jesse Wood channel?
That's hard. What, my favorite Jesse Wood channel?
Yeah, there are
that's
hundreds.
really hard. My Japanese animes is really, really good right now. Like the Me video is like one of my favorite YouTube videos. But then there's just so many masterpieces on Endless Jess.
Oh God, me.
So-
No.
It's hard to say.
Am I missing
that
something?
Me video was like he pretty much just recreated Me but with himself.
I'll send it
not
to you
seen
later.
We shall not
Oh,
speak of
Anthony,
it in
you are
call.
missing out on something.
Me was amazing.
Let's do
Yeah,
one that
that's
most
great.
guests chicken out on. This is one the fun guests answer. What's
Oh,
the most
Jesus.
trouble you've ever been in?
I don't get in a lot of trouble.
That's the typical answer.
That's
I'm a good boy.
How does
Trouble
trouble
never
get in
happens to me. I live in this perfect safe box. No, I'll stop.
It's true though. You gotta have to go looking for trouble. No,
That's not true. Trouble has a way of finding. Oh, like maybe it's different in the UK. Anyways, what's your dream job?
I don't have one.
Oh,
Oh, well.
well, I mean, like you don't have like a place where like I ideally want to be.
I couldn't even think what my dream job would be.
I don't have any more dreams. They were
I-
crushed
what-
long ago.
So no one's ever asked you, what do you want to be when you grow up?
They do, but I just give them no answer.
Yeah,
No response.
he's the divergent. Okay. If you could make one anime not exist, what would it be?
Cory in the house.
Sailor Moon.
That's the classic. It'd probably be Dragon Ball GT, I guess.
No, that's a good safe answer. I like that. I mean, I like your response. I don't like GT.
Because it just has zero reason to exist and is an
Dumb para
insult to
para.
everybody.
Let's see. This is an easier way of asking an earlier question. What's the most expensive thing you've ever lost or broken?
That's interesting. 'Cause I don't lose or break stuff. I
Oh,
take unbelievable good care of my things.
Shit.
I think you're a Mary Sue, sir.
Am I badly written?
Princess.
I'm too good. There's not enough conflict.
He's Princess Twilight.
I don't need to
Okay.
be-
All right. No.
Okay, now that was a cheap shot. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Oh, speaking of the horse show, you showed up for the Bitch Fest of the Friendship Games. Did you catch any of season 5?
Yeah, I watched all of it.
The worst
I felt nothing. I felt nothing the whole
I was
time.
dead inside.
Like it's not even that it was like consistently horrible or anything. It's just that the show's just not relevant anymore. The time is set. The sun is set on My Little Pony's time. Like it was this
Really?
giant relevant show, and now it's time for it to gracefully step out of the spotlight.
Well, no.
The way Adventure Time's done. Both MLP and Adventure Time, they're still like decent shows, but the Titans, the current Titans are in other places right now. So it's cool that those shows are still around.
Well, hold up.
And I'm always going to enjoy watching them. And My Little Pony's still one of my favorite shows ever. So I'm still always going to rewatch the old episodes and love them. Probably even more than I used to.
Hold
but-
it, sir. One moment. When did you feel that this for you felt that the show should have been wrapped up? Then
I think it should have one more season where everything changes dramatically. Like every character just completely achieves their destinies, and the show just has nowhere else to go.
And then
Right now,
everyone
season
dies.
5.
Oh, we're pretty close.
well, when did you sit there and said, "I feel like its sun is set" or something like that? Where did you feel that happened?
Not that I thought the show should have ended. I just season 5 just wasn't very good. But I think it should have. I've always thought like it should have like this 6-season run,
Well,
and everything should just wrap itself up in a neat bow in the 6th season.
Well, you made the remark that season 5 wasn't that good. Season 3, well, at least in my opinion, wasn't all that good, and we went on to have season 4. Would your opinion change if we had a
I've always loved season 3. I loved all seasons 1 through 4.
All right.
Like most people,
I got that, but my point was,
season.
sir, you sat there and said because season 5 wasn't that great. Now, I'm not going to debate with you whether that is or isn't. My point was, is if a great season came on, would you change your opinion just because we had a season you didn't particularly like? Does it seem a little foolish to wrap up the show?
Would I change my mind? No, because the show still needs to end. Like, this is a show that's it's a show so grounded in continuity that it's a disservice to the characters to keep it going forever. Because then suddenly everyone's just floating in a limbo, like we are now.
I wouldn't. Oh,
Yeah, I wrapped everything.
I see what you did there.
It took me a minute until everybody started laughing.
They need to wrap it up in a way that makes logical sense.
I wouldn't say that the show is wrapped up in continuity.
Yeah, so I'm...
Okay, well, we need to keep in mind that Hasbro is the big bad company behind this, and it's one thing that Hasbro does love, it is milking the crap out of something that is popular.
Well, yeah, I'm rather
exactly.
the fact that
that's what I'm afraid of.
It's a shame, but
they've rebooted shows before. Look what they've done to Transformers.
Oh, it's going to get rebooted again. I think I even read an article, something around 2020. We're going to get Generation 5. You know,
I believe that because that's a bit ways off to believe any of that.
I mean, of course it's going to get rebooted. That's what they do.
Wonder what Generation 5 is going to look like.
It's an interesting thought, really. I mean, it could be better.
As long as they don't do like 3D animation to look like the Smurfs or Chipmunks or something.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like, have you seen Philly?
No.
There was this European.
I'm more excited about Lauren Faust's new work. Like, I'm less excited about where My Little Pony goes, but rather what My Little Pony is going to inspire. Like, I want to see more shows. I want to see more girls shows that are actually watchable. Like, if those get made, like Steven Universe, you could call a girls show, but it's more just like a show with like a feminine air to it, as opposed to being a straight up girls show the way My Little Pony was. Less than seeing exactly where the Pony franchise goes. I want to see more shows that get inspired by My Little Pony to do the same type of thing it did. Like, I know Lauren Faust has a new project that's coming out soon that she's been keeping under wraps, and she's teasing on Twitter. I'm excited for that.
To be fair, Steven Universe is a gender fluent kind of show.
To put it lightly.
You had to bring some fucking Tumblr.
I was going to say Tumblr friendly if you wanted me to.
That's a whole new jerry can of information.
I was just imagining somebody looking up from Tumblr. Did somebody say Steven Universe? What it's like?
Did somebody say Steven Universe and gender fluid in the same sentence?
Somebody get me.
I'm not triggered for once.
Sorry.
I approve of this comment. Feminist seal of approval, 2016.
All right. Let's stop taking
the Steven Universe fandom gets a really bad rep, and I'm not sure what they did.
As the resident raging feminist, I approve of Steven Universe.
They did some shitty stuff, dude. They did some shitty stuff.
I remember the time when Steven's Universe was starting to take off, and there was a big thing on Tumblr, funny enough. It was like, bronies, please leave Steven's Universe alone. Stop watching our show. They were so against bronies watching Steven's Universe because they didn't want Steven's Universe to become what MLP did.
I like the way you say British Ninja. It sounds so adorable. Steven's Universe.
That's too bad. It already happened.
Oh, sorry, do I need a bit more Steven? Alright, Steven's Universe. Alright, we're doing the rest of the podcast like this then.
Yeah, I know it sounds like Cat Icarus. Alright.
You mentioned in your top 10 that you like to strive for more new ideas and creative top 10s for your videos. What are your thoughts on people who just do kind of similar lists and similar videos?
I cannot take you seriously.
I thought that was great. I think that was a legit question, sir. All right, fine, he passed.
Yeah, it is a legit question. I'd say it's just mediocrity.
Certainly.
Yeah, mediocrity is always going to exist. There's always going to be people that aren't as ambitious as others and that are kind of just milking out the same type of video. There's not much you can do about that.
Let's see if I could channel your inner Ed, sir. If you were to make an OC with mediocrity as your cutie mark, what would it look like? No? It's not going to take the bait.
What colors would you use?
No. I was going to say, what show? What would be your definitive symbol for mediocrity?
It would be a picture of Star from Star versus the Forces of Evil.
You savage, you monster. Oh my god. They have a Mexican as the main character? How dare you?
It's a joke.
No, it's fine.
Speaking of mediocrity,
It's a cool show, okay?
That's fine.
speaking of mediocrity, how do you feel about Teen Titans Go?
Sir,
It's beyond
madam,
mediocrity.
that is yet to touch upon mediocrity.
Everyone prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves. I love Titans Go.
You know, I have
I
animated
love
James
that
on my
show to
friends
death.
list, and he loves being
Like,
thrown
oh
into
my
the
God.
calls crowded full of people.
Oh god, I can see the dislike going down. Oh,
I'm surprised you're the
Right.
first person I've talked to who didn't hate Teen Titans Go.
Because people aren't getting it. They don't get it. It's like, if you look at a show like Panty and Stocking, everyone's like, yeah, Panty and Stocking's so cool. It's all about anarchy and breaking the rules. Teen Titans Go is a show about breaking the rules. It's about breaking cartoon conventions. And that's like, that removes so many limitations. The show can pretty much do anything. It can do so many different parodies.
I have a story for you about that. The second time I had animated James on, I had Nate Best Guy. You know what I'm talking about, right? The guy
Oh.
from T-Bab. And they got onto
Yep.
the topic of
I was literally just talking to him before this.
oh, it was the best because that's the freaking
Mhm.
what's his name was railing on about Teen Titans Go, and Nate Kegman shoots him down. Like I can't even remember the things he said, but he went like hyper analysis mode and destroyed animated James, and James just sat there and went into a ball, and started crying more or less.
Fetal position and everything.
Yeah. I know Nate and Jesse love Titans Go to death. Because I love it as well. Because the problem is people aren't seeing the right episodes. Like, especially recently, they just did a Looney Tunes episode and it was freaking phenomenal. In one episode, Cyborg turns into Optimus Prime while riding a unicorn. It's the
That's-
greatest thing ever put to animation.
That sounds fascinating.
Yes,
I
sir.
knew
It's
you
a
were
three
gonna
out
do
of
that.
The whole
five.
episode was just a big excuse to have a
see,
music video.
when I see,
That's
You-
fascinating.
No.
I can't comment really. I haven't seen Teen Titans Go mainly because of the
I've
the
seen
board
one. Or
surrounding it.
I've seen a fair amount of the episodes, and most of them I guess you could say I'm biased because I saw the original Teen Titans, and I thought that was some pretty badass shit because like it had an actual story.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It had an actual sense of continuity to it, and then Teen Titans Go, it's just like it goes all over the fucking place.
It's
And
like
most-
Exactly. I've always historically hated superhero shows as a kid. I just couldn't stand them. I couldn't stand these self-serious shows. Nowadays I like them, but as a kid I never watched any Teen Titans that just put me off. Like, and I still don't like all my favorite superhero shows are the ones that are self-aware. Like One Punch Man and Teen Titans Go are my favorite superhero shows because they're just laughing at superhero shows for how stupid they are.
Well, since
So-
we're- whoa.
So a show like Teen
Well, hang
Titans
on
Go
a
comes along,
I-
and it isn't terribly consistent, which I guess is the problem, because a lot of people see early episodes and they're not that great. But when the show is good, it is damn good. Like they've done some amazing episodes.
I want to try and get you in trouble here since you didn't like season 5. Are there any episodes that leap out at you? Any specific writers?
that you didn't like
Yeah.
or like.
I wasn't keeping track of the writers.
All right.
There were a handful of episodes I really loved.
Well, that's clearly, but
Like the same ones that most people
what
say.
were your top 5 bottom? Your what were the duds on the season for you?
Top 5.
Worst. Yes, top 5 worst.
Top 5 worst.
Yes.
Okay. All like.
Don't need to
That's,
be in
that's,
order.
oh man, because most of the episodes that people don't like of My Little Pony, I usually like, or at least I don't hate them as much as everyone
Well, no,
else.
there's I've heard good
The
reasons.
bad
like-
episodes of season 5 were just
Go on.
yeah. Hello.
yeah. I'm thinking.
Well, no.
So all right,
Let me let you off.
Trouble Shoes, hated that episode. Oh my
Safe.
god,
No, that's a safe episode to hate. Go
episode
ahead.
was garbage.
Yep.
Princess Spike was total. Oh man, I hate that episode so much. It was
Yep,
just-
that's a very safe. Yeah.
Yes.
No,
yeah.
no.
no, when you
Very
read, I read the synopsis for the episode 2 weeks ago, and I was like, I know exactly where this is going. I know exactly what's going to happen.
Well,
It's like-
I do. I need a real quick sideway there. When you see a bad Spike episode, do you just go, oh, okay, yeah, that's what I expected.
Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. And that was that one where Twilight and Fluttershy went to that village. Ponies
Yeah.
are just like bullying each other for no reason
Ah,
and ignoring
yes.
her. And the only way they can fix it at the end was some
Well, that's an American culture
exposited
thing, sir. We do
expression
things
guy.
like that. over here.
When you see a stupid Twilight episode, you're like, oh, that's what I expected.
Okay.
What was your opinion on the Cutie Mark Crusaders episode where they get their cutie marks?
Spoilers.
Oh, if you haven't seen it by
You know
now.
what? Screw you
I
people.
lost
I'm not.
it.
No. You know what? This is LImbo podcast. You know what? If you watch it and you got
Wait, what?
spoiled,
Someone hasn't
deal
seen
with
it?
Yeah, I don't care. This isn't A&Y's channel. We don't do a spoiler warning here.
I was watching the episode and I didn't really care that much about it. And then they got their cutie marks and I lost it. Like, oh, that was the most emotional. That reminded me how I used to like feel about this show. Like, because then it started like doing little, using like flashbacks and stuff. That was awesome. I loved it.
Were
Completely
you-
loved it. I don't even care what you
they
look
finally
like.
confirmed-
That was just a great scene.
Were you happy that they finally confirmed Applejack's parents are dead?
Yeah, I was just glad that they made this progression. Oh, well, of course they're dead.
Well, but
Of course they're dead.
but the fact
Everyone's
they finally,
They're
headcanon
dead
has been
buried. That's,
confirmed.
Yeah,
that's,
it's
that's, not, that's
finally-
not news.
but people have wanted to hear that confirmation. You know.
It's
Those
official.
exact words, yeah.
Yeah, your
That was
parents would
my
be so
favorite scene.
proud until they come back from the store. It's coming.
Mom,
Jack, Pa came back from the store.
they're back from vacation in the Crystal Empire.
No, wait. They were working with
We brought gifts.
no, they were working with
Outside
Bon
games.
Bon as secret agents, and now they're back from their mission.
Jesus Christ! I would just turn the fucking thing off and be like,
Slice of life.
I would go and cry.
Slice
in
of
the
friggin'
corner.
life.
If it were an M.A. Larson freaking episode, I might make it through it. Just because I'd be like, it's not done being stupid, is it?
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Slice of Life? Because that kind of episode where it takes practically a story that was written basically by the fandom. These characters come from the fandom. Like the entire story was put on the shoulders of the community.
Yeah, well-
That's what they create. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it completely misses the point because it's supposed to be this 100th anniversary of My Little Pony, and they advertised it as this celebration, but it's not. It's a celebration of the fandom, and I don't care about the fandom. I care about the show. And how are you going to do an 100th episode extravaganza and not even have the main character say a word? Like this wasn't My Little Pony. This was just a fun exercise in bronyism,
You know, it's funny.
and
So you
that's
don't-
okay. But
so
I
you do-
believe what they're trying to communicate with that is that it's not always about the main character, but it's about the shit that goes on behind the scenes. Because
Yeah.
the main characters do all this important shit, but they also need something to go off of. So I guess
Well,
that's what they're trying to go
I
for.
want to do a segue there because you made the remark. It's not you didn't care for the fandom. Do you feel that way about most of the fandoms? Is it just about the show and you don't care about like all the little extra things going on?
if they're creative and they're cool and they can make nice wallpapers for me to put on my laptop and stuff, that's all well and good.
If they're
Just that
useful
when they
to
start
me, I like
bickering
them.
about stupid bullcrap that doesn't matter.
Well,
Yeah,
just
exactly. If
I
they
thought
can
I'd
make cool
I thought
music,
I'd ask
and if they can
basically
appreciate
the
the
Sonic
show-
fan about that because
Yeah, I was going to say.
yeah, Sonic hasn't. Oh.
I have all the worst fandoms just rolled into this one giant spirit bomb of anime
But I'd
and
like
freaking
to-
Pony and Sonic.
Yeah, I'd
And it's
like to say to the
it's
audience,
crushing.
keep in mind here, a Sonic fan is asking for MLP to end. A Sonic fan.
Yeah, that could be your angle.
I think
have you
Sonic is a
seen-
walking corpse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anthony C
The-
said the same thing more or less.
There's
the
not
intro.
much left in them.
To Avatar: The Last Airbender, the Sonic fandom, the Brony fandom, the anime fandom, all of them combined. I am the fandom bender.
Speaking of which, how's Sonic Boom treating you?
Yeah, the freaking Avatar.
Well, Sonic Boom actually wasn't that bad.
I'm not watching it.
I mean to ask you about
Very
this.
funny.
Okay, no, no.
Wait,
no.
hang
No,
on.
hold
Hold up.
No, hey,
Hold
he
up.
agreed. He said,
Let me,
"Oh,
please,
Hold
please.
up.
No. Let me back him up here. Supersonic. This is again. I've looked at your channel and I
It's
was
Subsonic, by the way.
yeah. Supersonic Sparkle.
It's Subsonic.
Subsonic Sparkle. What a
God.
Super
backpacking
Saiyan God,
Cypher's name
Super
is. So,
Saiyan.
anyways, no. Let me do this. I looked at your channel and I literally was like strapped for any kind of feedback. I'm like, it's fucking great. I love your channel. However, and if I may be permitted,
Oh,
tell
really?
me to drop dead. If I could change anything, and this is just me being goofy and stupid, and I'm a moron. Channel has nothing to do with Sonic.
yeah, it's
Dead.
true. I'll change the picture one day, but the name Subsonic, that's a real word, so that's not necessarily. I was very particular about this. It's not necessarily related to Sonic. If I got rid of the picture, then Sonic's
I was
gone.
going to say, yeah, like sound speed worked around that problem. I think it is the picture. Like, so you can get away with the word Sonic, I guess.
Well, it's Subsonic.
Though I do love that picture. I do love.
Yeah, no, I think.
And
Sonic?
Sonic does have a presence in all of my videos. I use Sonic music in at least every one of my videos, at least once. So
Oh.
he does have like this subliminal presence in every video.
Sonic is watching over us.
Is it a safe music to use?
Good question.
Huh?
It depends
What was
on-
the question?
Have you gotten third partied for using any of that or Sonic's music?
I
Not
would
really.
imagine so.
I would guess that the older songs wouldn't get strikes for that.
Yeah,
It's been long enough.
All
If
right.
you use something from Sonic Adventure,
Yeah, and
I'm pretty
well,
I'm pretty sure you'll get fucking striked for that. Because that's like the fucking
If you speak
take all
over it
get all
in a
game.
way, if you speak over it, you'll usually not get striked.
There have
Yeah,
been
if
those
you
times.
speak over the audio, you'll usually not. strike.
Alright.
If you have like an AMV, then very unlikely. So
let's see. What are your thoughts on the latest Star Wars movie?
I thought it was a cool time, regardless of all the narrative shortcomings. I thought it was a good time.
Did you have a favorite character?
The best character was Han Solo, of course.
Traitor.
I was waiting for him to
He's
say
the
Kylo
manliest
Ren.
man in the world. He's the coolest guy. Princess Leia has aged well. Kylo Ren is a friggin' edgelord, for lack of a better word.
For anybody who hasn't seen the new Star Wars movie, nothing happens to Han Solo. Don't worry about
He's
it.
just fine. Han
And
Solo
there's
is
no
just
lightsabers
fine.
in it whatsoever.
He becomes a
Him
very
and Chewie
holy
is surfing
man.
through space on a baguette.
Oh,
He'll
Jar
come
Jar
back.
Binks comes back and kills everyone. Yeah.
He'll come back as Han Solo the White.
Fly,
Wasn't
you
he already
fools,
white?
to the Falcon.
Fine, gray, black, whatever color you want.
Yeah, something that was
And
interesting.
if I had to pick apart the film, like a lot of people are doing, there's just a lot of foolishness that goes on.
There
Like
is.
how Rey beats Kylo Ren. How that's just so inconceivable. Especially seeing that they give us no reason as to why she beat Kylo Ren. And then Finn as a concept is just so problematic
Traitor!
as to like how this stormtrooper can attain sentience and then
Well,
proceed to kill.
Whoa. Let me stop you right there. Okay,
Yeah, they're not
okay.
clones anymore. That's
These,
That's
okay,
not-
this is a different generation of stormtroopers. They're not all cloned from one guy anymore.
They were just recruited
I mentioned this in
and
the live
raised.
stream.
These are like actual people, so he had sentience. He's not some fucking mindless. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure all the clones
Exactly.
have
So that
individual
means
personalities
every stormtrooper
anyways.
has the potential to be reawakened like Finn.
Well, he wasn't really reawakened. He just went on the battlefield and was like, "Oh, I don't want to kill people. I'm gonna get
Well,
out of this."
The story behind FN, I think there was a book that came out, like, that sort of a tie-in to the film, was there was 3 stormtroopers, and one of them was TR-8R, as the fandoms sort of call it, the traitor stormtrooper with the shock thing. There was 3 of them. There was Finn,
Right.
there was TR-8R, and I think the other one was called Slips. And was
Oh,
called
he
Slips
did.
because
He
of the
did
stuff.
die in the beginning of the movie. That's right.
Yeah, and
That's a
Slips was
dumb-
the one
It's
who
a
kind
dumb
of put
name
this-
for a stormtrooper.
Well, that was his nickname. Like, he wasn't given a code sort of name because he was just such a screw-up.
Well, he slipped up and died.
Yeah, he died in the battlefield, and that's the one who kind of gives Finn the high five to the face covered in blood, for lack of a better
Yeah.
term.
May I ask a question?
But did Finn have no friends or what?
Well, yeah.
Because like he just it's one thing if he starts questioning the stormtrooper ethic, then it's another thing entirely to then start killing stormtroopers without a second thought. Like he
Well, he
shows
was a
no
janitor.
remorse.
He must have
doesn't
had a
seem
lot of
conflicted
pent-up
about what
rage.
he's doing whatsoever. It's just
Well,
it's
if I as speaking as someone who's turned on their former friends, Siller can testify to this. It's not as hard as you think if they're assholes.
If they're trying to kill you,
Yeah, if they're completely terrible, horrible people, it's really not hard to do that 180. I can testify that to myself.
true. But then why was he immune to that then?
The second
Immune
round,
to
because
what?
Why is he the only one that ended up good? What about him is special?
it's main character status,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just he's the main character.
It was
He
plot
cracks
armor.
wise.
and it is possible that others were similar and they just were killed.
Yeah, he's the first successful one.
Yeah.
He's the first one that
Yeah, by
escaped.
him probably.
I didn't like Phasma, funny enough.
who's that?
Phasma was the silver stormtrooper, the captain.
I believe that they were going to do more with her, and they just decided not to.
I think that they did try to set up that kind of Boba Fett character, but
Well, you know what? I think that they were about to give her some things, but they're like, well, we have to make sure that this one female character is extra strong looking. What's her?
that's a dangerous minefield. We've already mentioned Tumblr once this podcast. Might have
We've
to go get a
traversed
crash
them.
out.
We've traversed those waters.
I forgot.
once.
Yeah,
I
people
don't
have been
think we're gonna
complaining
do it a
because
second
Great Toys
time.
weren't coming out.
May I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Go on.
What is your favorite and least favorite of your videos?
So far.
Yeah, so
The
far.
worst video was Death Parade because I made it in a day, and I pretty much did not know how to work Vegas. And the best video is the script is for Death Parade is still pretty good, but it's not really a watchable experience. But the best, I don't know what the best video is. Like it's probably like a tie between Sailor Moon Maho Shoujo and Femininity and the Humanity is Declined one, because Humanity is Declined was very tight. That was
Oh yeah.
What's your goal for 2016? What's your one thing, like,
Yeah.
that's aside from maybe making more videos? That's
Did you
generic.
just
sort of-
ask him what his resolutions were?
Oh no, what do you want to accomplish by 2016? Resolution's more of a promise. like,
to
I'll
get
lose weight.
a million subscribers and then start a Patreon and get £1,000 per video and
You
make
are a fan of
8
Jesse
video-
Wood.
and make 8 videos per week. No, per month. 8 videos per month for a grand total of 1,000 million a year, and then move
Well,
to
yeah.
space.
Well, dream big.
I'm out of questions.
Okay.
Something like that could happen.
I'm actually
I-
asking questions too.
I have one that kind of loops back to the Sonic thing.
Okay.
Go on.
I was kind of waiting for confirmation here, but all right.
What is it?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any reason in particular that you don't watch Sonic Boom? I'm just curious. I'm curious.
Do you need a reason?
I'm curious, okay?
I think it's the type of thing that I would watch 10 years ago and acknowledge is kind of bad, but watch it anyway. In a world where I could be watching any number of amazing cartoons, I am not about to sit through this CG slog of Sonic and his stretched out friends being idiots, telling old jokes, old moldy jokes that just have no place in today's television.
Now, let me just... Okay,
what if Sonic was eating a chili dog? Would that make it better?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Because I'm not sure if when I was a kid, I loved Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, but if I looked back, I'm not sure I'd like it anymore.
Oh, yeah.
See,
Sonic,
the reason
the
I
Sonic Says
asked
stuff
you
is
this,
still really cool.
the reason I asked here is you watched Teen Titans Go.
Yeah,
there's gonna be people who watch.
The difference is equate something like Teen Titans Go to Space Dandy. The world resets every new episode, and the episodes can carry. Like Teen Titans Go can do so many different things. It can be total gag humor, and it has a pretty excellent comedic timing and overall like presentation of its gags, which is I'd say it's better than Panty Stalking as far as being a funny show. And then it can have its arcs if it wants to. It can be more dramatic. It can occasionally be emotional if it wanted to. Like it's got a few like sweet episodes, and then it can just be occasionally it does it. It's decent because it's a tightly written show. It feels like someone put a lot of thought into what's going on, even when it comes off as complete anarchy. And then there's the episodes where it just gets completely experimental, which is like the show at its best in my opinion, where it's just going way off the rails and doing stuff that no other kids show is doing. Like they just did an episode where they explore the nature of Looney Tunes style cartoons.
Sorry,
why it was acceptable for violence in those shows. They try and kill a squirrel, right, as Looney Tunes style, but they fail. So then they try to kill it like Super Sentai style, and they win because that's the only way that violence is accepted on television if it's in the name of justice. Yeah. So that was like an excellent episode. It was great, and nobody's watching it. Damn it, nobody's acknowledging it because they all wrote the show off like a year ago without seeing what it had to offer.
So all you listeners,
hold on. Just do you sit there at the end of the episodes and just like a tear in your eye, clapping? Yes, placate me. This is everything I've ever wanted.
So all you listeners, go find the Looney Tunes episode of Teen Titans Go and watch it.
In fact, write a review.
I would like to see you.
No, I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna make a top 10 doc. I'm gonna make a 10 doc of my list of top 10 favorite Teen Titans Go episodes. I'm gonna link it in the description. Everybody go and be fruitful.
All right.
The cartoon industry will thank you.
Sparkle. This is
I would warn him against reviewing Teen Titans Go. I've known people who've gotten copyright strikes for that one actually.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I was just going to suggest this is Subsonic Sparkle, and this is 10 reasons why Teen Titans Go was better than Season 5 of MLP.
If you're going to review Teen Titans Go, I suggest using still pictures.
Yeah.
I have no plans to review Teen Titans Go.
Yeah. If I may steal a question from other LImbo podcasts.
Go ahead.
If you had 4 more hours of the day, what would you do with it?
Sleep.
Yeah, that's okay.
It is always either sleep or
Who needs
work.
4 more hours of the day? Forget that.
No, yeah. It's usually... I stopped asking that more or less after Zurich's answer.
I'd spend whatever time I can't spend playing video games and play video games.
Good.
I don't play enough games anymore since I started this channel.
Undertale.
I've had that happen too. Nice.
What's your sort of, like, any new, apart from Undertale, of course, because that seems to be on everyone's goddamn list nowadays, any sort of games that have jumped out at you recently?
No. Games suck now, if you didn't know.
I thought 2015 was awesome
3 good games in all of 2015.
Oh,
well,
like,
if you need to get into more...
What did you like?
If you need
Until
to get
Dawn?
into... Well, hold on. If you need to get into more video games, there's this amazing Let's Play channel. I think it's called the Almighty Jeff. This just covers the best video.
I thought you were gonna shield Given them. But
Yeah,
no,
hell no.
Yeah.
I have some sense of dignity.
Who's Gibbon? I'm kidding.
That's the point.
You know Gibbon?
Yes, I know Gibbon. I'm just being a dick.
He's a delightful person.
I'd like to meet Given.
I like to think of him as an IRL mod pie.
Gibbon is great.
Does the new season of Shir Yukihime live up to the hype?
Shir Yukihime. Oh, I was just watching that before we started the thing. I was just in the middle of the first episode. It is really... that's the best show of the season, actually, since I forgot to say that.
All right. I think we might be done.
All right,
I think
then.
so.
Have a good day, everybody.
Going to end the calling. Love you.
Bye-bye.